What happens on May 31st?
According to the rule...
No, what happens on May 31st?
According to the rule, people have, from the date the rule was published until that date, to do one of several things. They can either detach the brace from the firearm and keep both, and they can attach that brace to another one.
They got to remove or destroy the brace, get a longer barrel, turn in or destroy the firearm, or register the firearm.
Now, we have seen a lot of things come out that hold pistols that look like SBR's carbines, give them braces, basically take a pistol and put it in something that, we can hold. And I have to say, many of them have caught my attention, but most of them lost it because I just didn't want to mess with the ATF, and shouldering, are they pistols? Are they carbines?
I think that, Mr. Chairman, as a prosecutor, I just want to be accurate. What happens, former prosecutor, what happens is, depending on the circumstance, if a person is unaware...
See, what had happened at first was... at first I was at the game, but then a sniper came.
Right? They're not going to be prosecuted for things that they're unaware of.
Let's cut to the chase. They could be a felon, right?
Initially, I looked at this and said this is a novelty item. There are a lot of conversion chassis out there for Glocks and other platforms as well. I don't have a problem with it. I have some of them. I've actually done videos on some of them. I like the concept and I like the idea because they're actually really cool.
Of course, we would prioritize enforcement on gang members who are having these items and shooting
You mentioned
people.
enforcement. How are you going to enforce this? We're going to go to gun ranges?
What we will do is...
You're going to go to manufacturers and look at the risk of people they sold braces to?
What we will do is when we do a search warrant in a drug case and we discover an unlawful item, whether it's a machine gun or a Glock switch or a short-barreled rifle that doesn't comply, we will consider that as one of the charges. There's no plan.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
Now keep in mind, under current U.S. law, it is perfectly legal to take a handgun and turn it into a rifle. The handgun is the more regulated of the two. Long guns have federal age restrictions that are less than handguns. Handguns 21, long guns 18 years old. So it's illegal to buy a rifle and chop it down to a handgun, but going the other way, handgun to a rifle, the feds, at least at this point, don't seem to care.
Does the Gun Control Act or the National Firearms Act clearly and unambiguously prohibit pistol braces?
It doesn't prohibit anything. It calls for increased controls on short-barreled rifles.
Now, at SHOT Show 2022, I came across the Meta Tactical in their APEX. Now, because this puts a 16-inch barrel, it comes all the way out to here, on the pistol, it is considered a carbine by the ATF.
What makes this so interesting is the ATF, aka automatic transmission fluid, can't regulate it.
Basically what's going on is your pistol gets a 16-inch barrel, and with that 16-inch barrel along with this chassis system, you have an overall length of over 26 inches.
What is the punishment if somebody is convicted as a felon under having this piece of plastic?
If people are convicted of not following the Gun Control Act, it's a serious felony conviction, but that requires intent.
Can you just give me the number? Is it 10 years?
I believe it's a statutory maximum of 10 years.
10 years for owning a piece of plastic?
So that's what makes a kit like this possible. Now, what you don't want to do is buy this kit, don't install the 16-inch barrel, put it in the chassis, because now the feds will have reason to put you in prison for 10 years and fine you $250,000. They don't take kindly to people doing that. Thank you to the 1934 NFA for that silly piece of legislation.
There is no legal gray area. This chassis turns your Glock into a bullpup rifle, which is very cool because of how the ATF is dealing, which is pretty annoying. Because this comes with a 16-inch barrel, it replaces your normal Glock barrel, and when put in the chassis, it turns it into a real bullpup rifle in the eyes of the ATF.
The court went on to say for a decade, the ATF has maintained that a bump stock is not a machine gun part, and the court said the ATF's own flip-flop on this position is one of the reasons why they ruled in favor of those opposing the rule you guys made. Seems to me we're in the same situation here. And yesterday, the Sixth Circuit gave us a strong ruling on the bump stock issue. I would anticipate that we're going to get other strong rulings on this issue as well.